Joonas Ahola, meetingpackage.com. So we worked together this morning on a session about trends and innovation in the meeting industry. You had a very particular proposition to the audience around event management running up to an event. So tell us some about the trends and innovations you're discovering.
Yeah, we were talking about kind of what are the expectations of shifting from the traditional RFP way of doing it and sending inquiries to multiple places to shifting more in online. The world is changing, everything needs to be more efficient, simplicity, security aspects, which the traditional way is not doing, and now the online booking world is increasing, and what are the kind of expectations and let's say problems that they think that might happen on shifting to the actual online world, and how can we avoid them?
And are these real problems, or are these problems that they're kind of inventing in order to kind of satisfy their inertia to move into this new world?
It's more or less kind of what is customer facing is true. Typically only the customer facing part, let's say from searching to booking, and they're scared usually of what if my attendee amount changes, am I locked to what I booked? Can I still upgrade my event with accommodation, dinner, and so on? And when you actually can tell them that all of this can be done within the same tool, the eyes start to open and say, hey, well, then I should shift because I'm starting to save time, rather than I'm stuck on the current way of doing it.
So the technologies that you're putting together are far more sophisticated than people believe they are until they've used them. So do you think there's more inertia in that particular part of the sector? Of course, online booking of hotels can be done in 1,000 ways now, but not for events. So how do you get over that inertia?
And that's kind of one of the biggest things is people reflect to online booking of bedrooms, which is completely different. In the other one you book blocks, the other one you book hours, the other one includes food and beverage, the other one doesn't. And let's say UK average is 54 days before the event you book the event.
54 days,
54 days, and what you want on the first day is lock the space and see that the room or the space or the venue caters the need of the whole event. But you're not still locking the catering or the attendees, they will still change, let's say 20 days before the event. And that's all what the online services need to cater when talking about event services, that you need to have the functionality to still modify your event without the terms of cancellation coming in hold.
Excellent. So from my perspective as an event facilitator, I'm obviously getting involved way after the venue's been booked, the meal times have been booked, the type and so on, the structure. And it's often quite frustrating because if that's the tradition, if they need to get that bit of the organization, when I start talking about flexibility of design or doing some different things, perhaps will impact on what type of venue they need, it's all done and dusted and paid for. So is there that flexibility around the process to get involved later perhaps and design it in a more fluid way?
Well, of course you need to think about, if you're talking about bigger conferences, which I think you were mentioning, kind of, they are booked well in advance. The larger the event amount for that event, the larger the lead time. Meaning also it gives more flexibility for you to lock 3 spaces and still cancel them before any cancellation policy comes in effect. And you most probably will already be involved before the cancellation policy applies. And that's when you still have the choice of going in one of the 3 options they have, and so on.
And I understand the industry. If an event is cancelled too late, then the location will be severely damaged and won't get that revenue back. But are you seeing them being able to kind of shift in their terms of their T's and C's and cancellation policies and flexibility?
Yeah, that's something we're pushing a lot to kind of standardize in the way that, hey, you have a flexible terms, you have more strict terms, that the customer already pre-hand knows what are the terms of cancellation and the policy involved. And of course, as you see in other OTA channels and Airbnb, for example, the better your terms, the higher your conversion. And it drops the barrier or the border of actually making the booking to that venue.
And so tell me about some of the challenges or the responses you got this morning in the groups we worked in. What were their main concerns?
Main concerns were quite similar regarding what I mentioned earlier, kind of, can I change my attendees, what happens then? what if I'm not sure,
Yeah.
etc. And when you have the possibility to tell that, hey, you have an order management, you can change the number of attendees, everything is audited, which is one of the biggest things, that when you do it on the email, who anymore remembers who was the person who changed that number of attendees? Nobody.
Yeah.
And when you're starting to put it online, you get a lot of data points that can be audited, can be security-wise measured, and also the savings part, because now you know where everything is. Everything is in one place rather than spreadsheets, PDFs, and a lot of different emails.
Okay, so you're sort of offering that one single platform, point of contact, flexibility, and so on.
Exactly, kind of the end-to-end solution from searching, booking to managing.
Excellent. So what one thing would you have event organizers do that kind of shifted them towards what's now possible with meetingpackage.com?
I would say kind of try it out. First of all, push yourself to now try it out. You won't lose anything, first of all. You won't even lose your money because the terms and cancellations apply.
Yeah.
So you can try it out and see how you can actually do the event more flexibility. I have a good example. People think that our site is only for less than 30 people.
Yeah.
But we just, for example, got an event for 300 people, 3 days, booked from Denmark to US without seeing the venue.
Wow.
180,000 USDs without looking at anything.
Fantastic. That sounds like a really good innovation, and good luck. Thank you, Joonas.
Thanks.